Wednesday night. Nice slate of games going on tonight. We got some good games in terms of picks, hopefully to win you guys some money. What are you kicking it off with, Jarod? What you got tonight?
Detroit Pistons at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, you mentioned the Pistons as one of the worst teams in the league. Cavaliers are number 2 in adjusted net rating in the NBA, by the way. Number 1 defense, 11th in offense. They are right now 4th in the Eastern Conference, not too far behind Milwaukee and Philly. 11 looks like a big line, but Detroit stinks, and Cleveland can guard. Check to make sure Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are a go. They're listed as day-to-day. That game tips off, in just under an hour here. But if they are playing, I like the Cavaliers minus 11 for the win. I like a single game parlay, Mitchell and Garland to each score over 25 points, and the Cavaliers to get a win.
All right, you got the Cavs winning. Even though it's a big spread, Jarod likes it there. Minus 11. Always interesting with the big spreads to me. But Detroit, they have definitely been one of the worst teams in the league. They definitely stink. All right, for me, my first game, I got the Sixers versus the Celtics. This is a huge matchup before the trade deadline. Sixers underdogs in this one at plus 162, on the money line. The Boston Celtics, they're 4.5-point favorites. And the over-under here is 224.5. Now, look, when it comes to this game, for me, when it comes to betting this one, it's all going to be about revenge. And in terms of what the Sixers did, Sixers have not played since Sunday, coming off of a loss to the Knicks when the Knicks came back. This is a statement game. You know, the Sixers and Celtics, those have been two teams that have been going at each other in the matchups. Celtics are at the top of the East. The Sixers, who've been playing really good basketball over the last 30 games or so, leading the league in offensive rating over that time. They've got a lot of motivation. It wouldn't shock me if Joel Embiid came out with a strong game here. This is what he's done in these big games on these stages. And it's a revenge spot because the last 2 times that these teams faced off, 126-117, the Sixers lost in Boston. But they were in that game. That game was not the 9-point difference that we really saw, okay? Now, some notes for you guys. The Sixers, 8-2 straight up over the last 10. The Celtics, 3-7 against the spread in the last 10, while the Sixers, this is a good number I like here, 11-6 straight up coming up after a loss. So that's something I like about this team right here. Look, I'm not fully on the Sixers bandwagon. I think they'll win, although I think they'll be motivated. But I like the Sixers in the points here. Give me the Sixers plus the 4.5. I think Joel Embiid has a big game in this one. Look for anything with Joel Embiid over 10 boards, 11 boards. I like him to be dominant on the glass in this one. Also like him to score. You know, he's averaging about 33 points per game. So it's big, ask him a lot in terms of points with props. But I think you have a big one. Also, do not sleep on James Harden in terms of assists. Go over on his line in terms of assists there. That's another prop I would look at in this matchup. But I like the Sixers here in this play to at least make this competitive, which is why I would take the Sixers plus 4.5 in this one, Jarod. So I'm going with the road underdog in my first pick of the night. What you got for your second game?
Second game, the Dallas Mavericks on the road in Los Angeles against the LA Clippers. That is the second game on the ESPN doubleheader tonight. Clippers, 8-point favorites. This will be the Mavericks' debut for one Kyrie Third Eye Irving. Look for him to definitely show out tonight. So any props, and remember, no Luka playing. So any props with him over 28 points, 5+ assists, I think he's going to want to, do his thing and, show like, hey, look, everybody, I told you I'm great at basketball and you should pay me all the money. So look for Kyrie to really show out tonight. The line's a little high and the Clippers have been so shaky lately. Look, Kawhi and Paul George should be playing. Anything, I like them, both 25 points plus, and a Clippers win. You should get pretty good odds on that.
All right, you're going with the Clippers. Yeah, I don't think the Mavericks have enough in that game. That spread is kind of fine. It's about right for me. I like the Clippers there to cover. I mean, 8's a lot. Maybe if you want to play that down a little bit. But I like that one, Jarod. I like that one. Okay, my second matchup, I got the Golden State Warriors. They're on the road versus the Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers, we talked about them and how they've not really been good. They are 2.5-point favorites. That is the without Steph Curry factor here for sure, guys. There's no doubt about that. The Warriors, plus 120. Now, I can understand why some of you might want to jump on that with the Warriors just over even money. You don't trust the Blazers, and I wouldn't blame you at all whatsoever. Now, what I do like here, the thing that I really do like here is the over-under. It's set at 235. Why do I like this, guys? Well, the fact is, the Blazers, they can't stop anybody. They probably couldn't stop me and Jarod if we were on the court right all right. Now you're gonna say, well, Dexter, a good thing is the Blazers can put up points. You're right. Over the last 10 games, they're second in the league in offensive rating. So you like that there. But guys, they've been getting torched. They've been getting beaten the brakes off on the other side of the ball with a minus 1.7 net rating. That ain't good, guys, at all whatsoever. So you know they're going to give up points. Now you'll say, hey, Dex, the Warriors don't have Steph Curry, but they're playing the Blazers. And the Warriors can still score. They got Jordan Poole. They got Clay. We've seen Clay go off the other night and put up some buckets. Those things can still happen. And they play an offense that I think is still going to confuse the Blazers. So my play here with the over under 235, some places also seeing a 234.5. Give me the over in that. I think this is your best bet. This is one, forget the teams. I think it could be a close game. Either team could win. But I love the over here because I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Portland plays no defense. I probably would lean to the Warriors to win because they play better defense. The Warriors are 26-1 to the over on the road, while the Blazers are 15-10 to the over at home. So with both these teams, they play to the over. Over is a good play here for me in this matchup, which is sure to be a high-scoring affair.
Mm-hmm.
The Blazers don't play any defense at all.
Can't guard nothing.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't touch it in terms of who wins. I guess I lean towards the Warriors, but I think that over-under is one where it's like this is too tantalizing to pass up in that regard.